was then. Not as much angst in the lyrics as there once was, then to, and even it's funny, even in cases where I've written the songs from front to back, but I bring in other artists to perform the songs, and the song really evolves into something that might be different than my original vision. And it's usually better because, and I will tell, artists a lot of times with the guitars will say, well, what do you want me to play? And I'll say, I want you to play what you would play. Listen to the song, listen to the idea, and you come to me and you play it your way, and the bass player and everything too. And it usually usually something comes out of it that's even better than what I intended. Sometimes not, and then I have to get a little more controlling, but even then it can be different. So the music for me, in terms of its evolvement, I think my style has gotten a little bit simpler. Maybe not as trying as hard as I once was, and just kind of letting the music come to me more. And I think that's probably that's probably consistent with my mentality in life. Is things have slowed down a little bit, and let's just let life come to us and not try and force things in any one direction too much.
That's true, and sometimes simpler is best. Like, I absolutely love acoustic music. I love when a singer just sits down with a guitar and sings. To me, that shows their full talent.
Mhm. Yeah, as they say, less is more, right? So,
right.
And so much. I've always had a real sophisticated taste in music, so even when I'm being simple, I try to throw a twist in here and there to keep it interesting. That's just something I have to do. But there is something to be said about, just a man and his guitar, or woman and her guitar, and if you've got, simplicity is not as easy as it sounds, to keep it simple and to make it good. I mean, anyone can be simple, but to be simple and good is hard, I think.
That's true. I was wanting to let the listeners know about some of the awards and nominations that you received. You won the LA Music Awards Hot AC Album of the Year for Lost in the Pages in 2009. Music Connection named you as one of the Hot 100 Artists of 2012. And for 2013, you received 2 nominations from the Los Angeles Music Awards, Hot AC Artist of the Year and Hot Album of the Year for your new album, Reality. And that's just awesome. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What does getting recognition from your peers, the fans, and the music industry mean to you?
I guess it's better than just having your friends and family tell you you're good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's good to know that other people listen. I guess I take it all with a grain of salt, and it's there are people that are going to gravitate to your music and respond to it, and then there are others that won't. And it's nice to know that there are people in some areas of power that can help my career that actually do enjoy the music. So I'm grateful for that. And it is helpful in terms of promoting my career and promoting my music. It's something that I look at for really just what it is, which is it's an award based on someone who noticed it and wanted to let it be known, and works for an award organization or what have you. Music Connections, it's a prestigious magazine, and I thought that was really cool that they noticed me. And Actually, they noticed me because of my LA Music Awards, so there was a domino effect there.
Nice.
There you go. That works. Get it out there with just one award or one nomination or one mention, and things can really take off from that point on.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'd like to go ahead and play Reality for our listeners so they can get an idea of what your music is like. Is that okay?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
I wanna be reality, play with my friends on the TV. I wanna be reality. I wanna be your fantasy. I want you to wish you were me. I wanna be reality. And the world will be all mine. Everything will be just fine. When I face the camera on the show, all my worries fade away. Everything will be okay. When I face the camera on the show, you wish you never let me go. I wanna be in bright lights and be the one you watch at night. I wanna be reality. I want some attention to wait my ascension. I wanna be a bona fide celebrity. And the world will be all mine. Everything will be just fine. When I face the camera on the show, all my worries fade away. Everything will be okay. When I face the camera on the show, and I can say I told you so. When I face the camera on the show, when I face the camera on the show, you wish you never let me go.
And that was Reality by John-Enghauser. I'm sorry, I almost messed that up. I love that song. I love the lyrics, and I love the music behind it. How many instruments did you play in that song?
Oh, gosh. I have to think about it. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar, hand percussion, and that was it on that one. I had my friend Eric Holden played bass, Dickie Fleazar played drums, and then the Rembrandt horns played the horns on that one. So
yeah,
really, really well done by those guys.
Definitely.
Wow,
I love the horns and that.
Yeah. Now, that band that you use in the studio, do you play live gigs with the same folks?
No, it's a good question. I don't. The group that I had in San Francisco was actually a different group of guys, and my friend Jörg Stoffel, who is my partner in crime and sound engineer, he and I we're friends with these guys. Actually, the bass player, I mentioned that band Jamawokee years ago that I was in. Eric played in that band. So I had always wanted him to play on one of my recent records, and he did in this case. And then Dickie's also a really good friend of Jörg's who played on Lost in the Pages as well. He was so good I asked him to come back. So when I was doing all my work in Los Angeles, and then, I would work with these guys, and then back in San Francisco I had my San Francisco band. So, which was also interesting because, again, getting back to what I was talking about before, when you have a whole different group of guys assembled to perform certain songs, it comes out a little bit different. So when we perform the songs live, it's got a different vibe to it, but it's a cool vibe. Yeah. So it's different. And another thing is my friends who are playing with me that recorded on this album. Given the fact that I spent most of my time in San Francisco and they were in L.A., made it difficult. But they were also they're touring artists, so I could never get them for a long enough block of time to do any sort of mini tour. So I was just really, really grateful to have them available to perform on the albums when they did.
I can see that. Yeah, getting everybody in the same place all at once. So tell us a little bit about the title, Reality. Where did the name Reality come from for the song and the album?
Sure. So the song came first, and in terms of naming the album Reality, I wanted to pick one of the titles that I thought just was a good album title. Reality, the song, is just, it's a sort of satire, me poking fun of those on reality TV and those that aspire to be on reality TV.
Yes.
And then the subplot being a guy who gets dumped by his girlfriend, and he thinks that if he gets on a reality TV show, he'll become famous, and then she'll regret ever dumping him. So, which is absurd, but that's really what it's about. So the irony is, reality is not about reality at all. But in terms of the album, I actually wanted to go with, and my girlfriend, we both liked This Fate I See, and I put it to a vote with some family members, and none of them picked that. So, and a couple, so there were some different ideas thrown my way, and they thought that the last title that I had, Lost in the Pages, was, okay, that was kind of your serious, provocative album title. I think you should keep it a little bit lighter this time. And I said, well, that's a good point. Or as one of my sisters said, yeah, This Fate I See is kind of a downer. So so I just said, reality, we talked about keeping it simple. So I said, that's very simple. We'll just go with that.
I like that. So did you record the album out here in California then? It sounds like you're in New York, but you came back for that, or had you not moved yet? How'd that all work?
I had not moved yet, so I got it all done, all the recording anyway, in California prior to moving to New York, and then I did the final mix while in New York. So my mix engineer who did the final mix for me was in Los Angeles, and we were just communicating back and forth and sending files back and forth to get that done. And then I had one session with him at his studio in Los Angeles that I flew out for to really just kind of get our ducks in a row. And I'm a real big perfectionist, and luckily Thor is too. So, I would come back and say, this still isn't right, this here, let's tweak this, let's move this, what have you, let's raise that fader here. And he was always just like, great, sure, yep, got it, done. He was always on the same page as I am because he's also a perfectionist. So it always, it worked out really great. And I was really lucky to get Thor, the mix engineer, to do this too. I wanted him on my prior album, but he he's very high in demand. He does film scoring and works for Disney and